Oh my god, this is getting really tedious. Like, I'm not kidding. This is really stretching itself out. Like, really stretching itself out. And all I'm thinking about is going home and eating something. And, like, pancakes. And at the same time, there's this voice in myself telling, don't eat sugar again. And all I want to do is go home and eat sugar. Continue to heal. Right? There's this other voice that tells me, continue to heal. And sometimes it's just annoying. Like, why can't I just do what I want? I mean, and exactly, I mean, you can. And right now it's just, I'm really hungry. But who's hungry? Like, this stomach, right? It's not that flat. So I'm just actually kidding myself. I just want to be at home and comfortable and, eat pancakes. But why? Like, this doesn't need to be there. It doesn't have to be there. But it's really a struggle. And, I mean, what is wrong with me? This is the most beautiful day. And all I want is to sit inside and eat pancakes. Or watch TV. Why? Like, please tell me, what part in me wants that? What part of me wants to hide from this beautiful weather and is rather inside? So, I mean, that's just the part that has no love, right? Or maybe it has. And maybe that's where I'm mistaken, I don't know. Maybe it's loving myself then, right? But it's kind of hard to think that, because how can I love myself if I just fill myself full of shit? Like, if I just keep eating pancakes, this is going to, like, grow. But in a way it makes me feel good, because somehow I'm missing something today. And of course, talking about that woman and stuff just makes me feel like I'm missing something, and that's just my topic. Maybe you're missing a father or something. Or maybe you're missing a mother. Or maybe you're missing yourself. And you're trying to find that by eating. So right now there's some kind of darkness inside of me. And I'm trying to fill that darkness with food. But from experience I know it doesn't work. But sometimes it does. Because giving that part of me some space does help. But only to a certain degree. So with me, in a way, it's kind of balanced, because I do some things that I like. But for example, today I feel like slacklining, but I don't, because today slacklining would be effort, right? So I would actually have to do something to feel good. I would have to put in work. What do I rather do? I eat pancakes. Because somehow that's much easier. But what does it do? It makes me want to eat pancakes tomorrow as well. And that makes me dependent on food. And that's just unhealthy on the long run. Because we actually don't have to eat that much. Because it's a vicious cycle. You eat for love and you get lazy. Because all you have to do is eat. Well, at least you can say, because that's sometimes what I say to people, today I was lazy, I only ate pancakes. And then they say, well, but you still made the pancakes. So yeah, you could say, at least I put that effort into it. But that's the food that I eat when I'm lazy. Because I don't buy food that's already done. No, I make an effort to cook it. And I know on the long run it's just much better for me and my health to just put more effort into the food that I eat. And to just wait, right? But pancakes for me is just something fast and quick. Because I'm actually more focused on finishing my work than on the eating. And that's when the importance of spending time in the kitchen and cooking great food with love, retreats more and more to the background, and in the end it's just, you know, the sensation of eating, because you don't want to do anything for food, and then you just start ordering stuff, because you can't even give yourself half an hour in the kitchen or an hour in the kitchen where you put love into your food and then you eat it, because you just have no love left for you. I mean, that's the state you may be in right now. So I say, like, learn to do something about that. Start reconnecting with yourself. And cacao ceremonies, I recommend it. But they too can be addictive. Like, you keep drinking cacao, it doesn't have the same effect. You can do that once in a while to boost you creatively. But if you keep doing that every day, you know, it's just as shit as anything else. It's just as shit as drinking coffee, it's just as shit as eating chips, it's just as shit as thinking Burger King will make you feel good. So that's why I continue to drink coffee, because in a way I realize it doesn't really matter. Because somehow, also, why do I eat pancakes? Because right now I feel like it helps me to continue to work. That's my priority at the moment. And maybe I should shift that again. Because I also see that it's kind of, you know, it's like a bit unhealthy. Because I feel this. This is like, it's making me tired. But of course, if I'm tired, you know, maybe I don't have to work, right? So you don't have to, you know, if you're so full with food, you don't have to feel anymore. And that's what some people want. They just keep eating, so they stop to feel, because then you just feel full and you don't feel anything else anymore. And that's why fasting is quite an intense experience. And right, if you see all these people going to, like, you know, roller coasters, like, woo, boosting their adrenaline, or doing bungee jumping, well, try speaking in public like I did in the city. This was like a roller coaster ride. So facing your fears is like a roller coaster ride. So yeah, I can say, you know, there's somewhere a six-pack underneath, but now it's just pancake. So maybe start showing the six-pack more. Or maybe not, I don't know. Because right now, it's still more important to focus on how do I feel. And maybe this is showing me this is actually how I feel, right? And maybe it would be dishonest, because I could be like really super thin now and be more like the yogi, and then I could look like I'm enough by myself, but the truth is, right now I'm not. And you could say then, yeah, I'm not. And that's also okay. But then you work towards at least being okay to be alone. To start filling your own cup. And it's already that decision that you want it that's going to bring change into your life, bit by bit. But then you have to say yes to the change, although you feel like running away from it. Because opening your heart is really scary. Because it means that all the dark parts need to be seen and accepted and loved. And that's exactly the parts where you are afraid of to look. And that just brings me back to that festival, where just experiencing how it feels to be with people, you know, and to be like in a place where there's more love than I'm used to, it just made me feel uncomfortable. And it just made me feel like I want to leave. And that's what you may sometimes experience in a relationship. And that's why it's important to be open about these things. Talk about it. How do we feel? I feel like running away from you right now. Alright, like why? Talk about it. And you listen. Your partner just talks. Or maybe you talk and your partner just listens. That's how I feel. Oh, why do you want to run away from me? Because I have the feeling I'm not good enough. And then maybe your partner says, come here, you know, I love you. Yeah, I know, but it's just sometimes hard to accept it. Like, why do you love me? And then maybe your partner can tell you that, but in the end it's something you have to accept. That there is somebody that loves you. And maybe you won't understand it. Why do you love me so much? Well, I don't know, I just love you. And then you don't understand it, and you keep questioning it, but, you know, just try to see, you know, how do you feel for your partner? Do you really love your partner? Like, do you think she's really beautiful and all of that? Can she understand that? Probably not. Then just try to imagine, you know, the way you feel about her, that she may feel like this about yourself. And that means the way you feel about her, you can feel about that, you know. You could feel like that about yourself too. You can love yourself the way you love others. And that then doesn't mean you say you're better than everybody because you keep loving everybody else too. But you also start loving yourself. And that means, you'll become more lovable that way. In a way, maybe. Because what makes you lovable is just being the way you are. Being that little child inside of you, but knowing how to set boundaries and how to say no. And that's, I think, a very important lesson to teach to people and to children, to say no, but also knowing why they say it. You know, you can just say no all the time, but that just means you have problems opening up to new experiences. You know, you eat once something and you don't like it, and from that moment on you always say no to eating new food. No, but it's just eating new foods that allowed me to experience all kinds of things. I mean, I've eaten insects, and I always try most of the stuff. Well, there's some things now I don't want to try anymore, which is meat. Where I just say no. Right? No! That's what you say then. I don't care, you know, if you think this is disrespectful, you know, then you are already disrespectful because you're not respecting me saying no to your food because somehow you have the feeling that, you know, if I don't like your food, I disrespect you, but that's not true. You disrespect my needs if you think I have to eat your food to respect you. That's just disrespectful to me. So respect always goes two ways, and expecting me to eat something which is clearly brings me to a place where I don't want to be, that's disrespectful. And then I have to say, okay, if that's how you see it, then I have to leave. Because if you think I'm disrespectful if I don't eat your food, you know, then I don't come there anymore. And that's why I don't go to the mosque anymore. Because I cannot be there and be as respectful as they want me to be, because I don't respect them in that way. That's just how it is. I respect them by leaving them alone and living their form of belief. And then I go about living my form of belief. And that means being respectful to myself, because I don't have to pretend I'm a Muslim, which I'm not. And I don't have to pretend I like the way they pray. Well, I like it for them to like it, because somehow they need it, but I don't need it. So I don't go there and do it. And that's why I cannot say that, you know, I respect men that cut off their penises and turn into women, because I don't respect them. Because that's not a man anymore. Which is probably the point of why he's doing that. But he's still a man, right? only he ran away from it, and that's, to me, then a coward. And I don't respect cowards, because they don't respect themselves. And that's why I say, sorry, transgender community, I don't accept you, and I don't respect you, because you don't respect yourselves. And that's just the way it is. And, you can get angry at people to say that, but already getting angry at people that say that shows what? That you're in denial. Because anybody who says that to you makes you angry, well, because you're not listening to yourself saying that to you. Yourself is saying, don't let them take your penis, reconnect with your male side and embrace your femininity. But don't let them take away your penis, because that's something God gave you, and why would you take that away? That's what your true self is saying to you. And when I say that, you're just getting angry because I'm just pointing at your problem, just saying like, what the fuck are you doing? You say, I mean, that's just ego, that's just bickering, that's just being a coward, a pussy, and all that together. And that's it.